welcome to the Band America podcast. I'm your host, John Block. Today, let's talk about a very important film that's hit box offices this weekend, and that is the movie Unplanned. And it's about Abby Johnson, a former Planned Parenthood director who has never been in a circumstance as important as she was the day that she decided to become pro-life. And that's when she saw an abortion happening live in the clinic that she was the director of in Bryan, Texas. And this weekend I went back to the theater to see it again, and just as the first time, it brought so many emotions. It shows a really caring, loving approach to the pro-life issue. And when I started Band America, one of the main purposes was to stand up for the unborn children in our society. And because of that, we're standing up for unborn children in the womb who are banned from life, especially when there are organizations like Planned Parenthood and abortionists across the country who deprive innocent children of the right to life through manipulation of women. And this film, Unplanned, I highly recommend it, and it's incredible the turnout that was out there. I'm in Alexandria, Virginia, and the turnout was about probably 60 people for a matinee in the daytime on a Saturday. And that's incredible if you think of how liberal the area is. Imagine how it is out in Bryan, Texas, where everything supposedly happened. Or imagine other conservative places like Georgia, who just passed the heartbeat bill, which will be signed by Governor Brian Kemp. These kind of victories are incredible for the pro-life cause, and we must make sure to tell our friends about this incredible film. Unplanned.com. You can go to the website and check out a lot more to do with the film. I recommend it wholeheartedly, and please take your friends, especially if they are pro-choice or they support abortion. Definitely consider taking them with you and telling them, hey, you don't have to believe me, you don't have to agree with me. Would you be able to see this film? I'd be happy to buy your ticket. That's a great way to get a gateway for one of these people to come in and see the film with you. So I highly recommend that, and us at Band America are incredibly pro-life. That's one of the main things that started this organization, because we believe that every life should be able to speak. And that means people in Congress who are being banned, people like you on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, anywhere. If you cannot have a voice, just like an unborn child, then you do not have rights. You are not free. And that is something huge, especially for us here at Band America. Let's get on with the show. Judge Jeanine Pirro is back on the air at Fox News, and she did not apologize. This is huge news for all of us President Trump supporters who knew that our voices would be heard if we reached out to the Fox News swamp creatures and demanded that Judge Jeanine Pirro was back on the air. And happy for us, she is. She's back on the air, she's back in action, and she's as fiery as ever. Her opening statement was as great as ever, not pulling a single punch, not for anyone. And she had Rudy Giuliani on there who praised her and said, thank God that you're back on the air. Let's hear a little bit of her opening statement, and then we'll get into what Rudy said.
When someone lies to you, do you just say, don't worry about it, I'll get over it? Well, that's not how our system works. There has to be accountability. There has to be a consequence. Because as the president himself said, this should never happen again. Don't be satisfied with the Mueller report. This is bound to happen again because these arrogant, lying, condescending, leaking haters of you and me and the America that doesn't have power are going to do it again unless we stop them.
Boom. Just like that, she tore down the communists at the top of Fox News because really, if you think about it, they cannot put her anywhere. They cannot make her leave. They cannot kick her off the air. And even though 2 weeks later, she is still kicking. And that just shows you why we must continue to act like President Trump. And that means never giving up, never backing down, never saying we're sorry for what is right, and continuing to always stand up for free speech, even if it offends someone. And obviously, Fox News has proven to us that they are a bunch of little babies who only care about placating to a politically correct, never Trump base, which they have consistently and unequivocally shown to be the only people they really care about. However, us President Trump supporters, we will not back down. We will fight, we will send emails, we will send letters to Rupert Murdoch. We will continue the pressure and our hard work, our pressure that we put on the evil people at Fox News who tried to destroy Judge Jeanine's career were unsuccessful. Unlike Bill O'Reilly, unlike a few others who've been kicked off the air because they said what was on their mind, we have decided not to listen to the establishment who only cares about themselves. We listen to our Constitution, and what it says could not be clearer: a freedom of speech. If our freedom of speech is compromised, we are not citizens, we are subjects. This is why we took to the phones, we took to emails, we took to social media, and we demanded that Fox News bring Judge Jeanine back as soon as possible. And like many of you, we are not going to be watching all the other communist news on Fox News. We're not going to be watching Shepard Smith. We're not going to be watching Brett Baier. We're not going to be watching Juan Williams. We're not going to be watching all these other people who do not give a damn about our president, do not give a damn about our country, and do not give a damn about our beautiful republic that was fought so hard for over years, decades, centuries of wars and toil. We will not stop until we have those human rights that we deserve. So, thank God Judge Jeanine is back on the air, and it's an omen that we President Trump supporters, we patriotic Americans, regardless of how evil and how demonic and how much the deep state has completely infiltrated Fox News, we will not back down. And our perseverance has given us this huge victory. So let's hear what all her contributors had to say about her returning to Fox. So this one is from Rudy Giuliani.
It's an honor to be with you again.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I think of you.
Thank
and
you.
Your entire career.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
a crusader for justice.
A crusader for justice. And that could not be more true. Judge Jeanine has consistently always been here for us forgotten Americans. And she's always been here to stand for our rights, stand for our freedoms, and uses the rule of law to back it up. That is why we stand with Judge Jeanine, and that is why we're so grateful that people like Rudy Giuliani are right there as well. We also had Dan Bongino on this show.
Well, let me just say it's spectacular to be here with you tonight.
It's spectacular to be there with Judge Jeanine, and I'm sure it was. I love Judge Jeanine. I think Dan Bongino is a total firebrand, and thankfully we have amazing patriots like him on the air with Judge Jeanine to find truth and to go deep into the law. Since he was in law enforcement for years, this is incredible that we have him on our side and many people like him also on the air. But if you look, there's still the deep state infiltrating Fox News. Fox News and its swamp rats are not going to be forgiving Judge Jeanine for speaking truth. Just as 2 weeks ago, when they canceled her show because she offended Ilhan Omar, when they sided with that producer of Brett Baier's show, they refused to post her videos on their YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube right now, you will see all the videos from the entire night with Greg Gutfeld. You'll see Jesse Waters. You'll see all the other ones that were right before, right after. But they refused to post Judge Jeanine's videos. So she posted them on her Twitter account. So if you want to watch her opening statement last night, unfortunately you can't do it legally unless it's some kind of weird account that videoed it on YouTube, which will probably be taken down. You will want to go to her Twitter account, and she's posted all of them there. So you can see all her interactions with Dan Bongino, with Rudy Giuliani, and with her other guests that she had later in the evening. This is still not over. You see that Fox News is still reeking with never Trump filth. And as patriotic Americans, we must stand firm. We must not stop. We must not break down. We must always, always, always continue to fight for people like Judge Jeanine, continue to fight for people like Sean Hannity, and show the world that we will never, ever back down. And thankfully, for our great president, he was a huge factor in getting Judge Jeanine back on the air. Trump tweeted, "Keep fighting for Tucker, fight hard for Judge Jeanine. Your competitors are jealous. They all want what you've got. Number one, don't hand it to them on a silver platter. They can't beat you, you can only beat yourselves." How much more true can you get? Planned Parenthood and all these radical groups, they're trying to infiltrate Fox News through rhinos like Paul Ryan and full-out Democrats like Juan Williams and Donna Brazile, who we sure as hell won't be watching when they get on Fox News. We've played nice before. Remember when we played nice in 2008 with John McCain, that feeble old bat? Did we get anything from that? The entire time, John McCain was just apologizing for being white and saying, "Oh, well, Obama's a great man. He's not an Arab. He's not this. He's not that." You know, you shouldn't be campaigning for your opponent when you're running for anything. Remember that video that John McCain ran that talked about Obama being a celebrity? Do you want a celebrity president? You would have thought he was campaigning for Obama. Look at 2012 with Mitt Romney. Did we get anything from that? Did we get a victory from that? No, we didn't get anything. We should have won that election. Obama destroyed the American healthcare system and left people uninsured without the doctors they wanted and forced to buy into a socialized system of medicine that would destroy America's economy from within. Thank God. Thank God people voted for President Trump in 2016, because I guarantee you, if Hillary Clinton would have won, we would have been in a shoot hole. We would have been destroyed from within by the government, by overreach. We would be paying taxes like crazy. We would have the worst healthcare in the civilized world. And thank God people had balls and voted for President Trump, because he did not stand for that. He did not stand for communism. He did not stand for democratic socialism. He stood for patriotic, God-fearing American values, and because of that, we have strength again. We are no McCain. We are no Romney. We are America. We do not need these sad, disgraceful people running our country who have done nothing for us, have contributed to the decline of America, and that is why we've made America great, and we will keep America great, because President Trump, Judge Jeanine Pirro, Vice President Pence, and all the conservative American patriots that we have leading our country through the media, through the government, and through the United States. We have these people to serve us, to guide us, and to lead us into a prosperous future. Thank God that Judge Jeanine Pirro is back on the air, and we are grateful for all the patriotic Americans who called, who emailed, who pressured on social media, and did not stop until Judge Jeanine Pirro was back on the air. This is a huge win for our First Amendment. Just because the truth hurts doesn't mean it should be banned. And us at Banned America, we will fight hard, day and night, to secure freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom to say what's on our minds without persecution from the left, from never-Trumpers, from anyone. This is our country, and we must keep it. So once again, if you haven't seen the movie Unplanned, please go out to theaters all across the nation and see it. It'll change your life. This is an incredible film about Abby Johnson, and without your support, this film will not be able to stay in theaters, and people will not have their hearts and minds changed if you don't encourage them to see it and go out to see it yourself. And also, please watch Judge Jeanine's clips of her show on her Twitter account because the deep state swamp rats at Fox News refused to put it on their YouTube account. So please visit @JudgeJeanine on Twitter. Check out her show. She has great bits, especially from Dan Bongino and from Rudy Giuliani. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. Thanks for being amazing, patriotic Americans. And together, we can always stand for freedom of speech, stand for life, stand for liberty, and always look to secure that pursuit of happiness. Thank you all so much and have a great week. God bless you.